Hello, good morning. 9 men who ran a major drug smuggling operation from Lim services on the M6 have been jailed for a total of 118 years. The group were arrested last year after an operation caught them using the services car park as a base to drop off colour-coded packages of heroin with a street value of £10 million. 51-year-old Richard Bowers from Liverpool was among the 9 men sentenced yesterday at Manchester Crown Court. He's been jailed for 10 years. The trust that runs a specialist mental health ward in Kendal will make a decision later on the facility's future. The Kentmere unit at the Westmoreland General Hospital had been earmarked for temporary closure after health inspectors judged that it failed to meet safety standards. A petition opposing the closure has been signed by more than 7,000 people. An anti-slavery summit's being held in Manchester today to help business leaders identify and prevent slavery in the workplace. Earlier this year, 3 people were charged and 21 others arrested as part of a major operation to tackle slavery in Greater Manchester. It saw police rescue around 100 potential victims of human trafficking over a 12-month period. More than 3,000 weevils, tiny beetle-like insects, have been released into the Sankey Canal in Warrington in the hope they'll eat through an invasion of North American azalea weed that's clogging up the waterway. The council's issued a warning not to mistake the canal for grassland. Earlier this month, the insects were released into a 17th century pond in Croxteth Park, also badly hit by the invasive plant.
By the end of the season, when the weather turns a bit cooler and so on, it won't be growing so fast, but the weevils will still be there munching away until such times we've got very small quantities, manageable amounts, or indeed none at all.
The British Transplant Games will take place in Liverpool over the next 4 days. 1,300 people who've had life-saving transplants will compete in more than 30 sports. Organisers are highlighting the importance of families knowing their loved ones' wishes for organ donation. And plans have been submitted for a new apartment block in central Manchester, featuring a huge mural of Factory Records founder Tony Wilson. The project near the Gay Village will see the 2 disused Victorian warehouse buildings converted into around 80 apartments with a roof garden. If approved, developers say the scheme will be completed within a year. Time now for the weather. Here's Charlie Slater.
Good morning to you. Not a particularly pleasant day in store today. Some dry weather around first thing this morning, but there is some rain that is going to spread across from the west as we go through from probably mid-morning or so. At times it could be quite heavy. There could be the odd rumble of thunder thrown into the mix as well, although that will pass. And then as we go through to this afternoon, some areas will start to dry up again. Not all areas though, as temperatures get to the high teens today. We then go through to tonight, and that takes us into the early hours of Friday morning, and the sort of drizzly, light, showery theme will continue overnight and into the early hours. The temperatures meanwhile to around 14 or 15, so fairly mild in the early hours, although not for all as well. And then tomorrow, thankfully, a better day, a bit dull and drizzly to start off with, but that quickly pulls away, and by the afternoon we should have plenty of blue sky and plenty of sunshine as well. So something a little bit nicer for the end of the week, and thankfully something quite nice into the weekend as well, with some sunny spells.
Well, so far so good on roads and public transport this morning. No major problems to let you know about. Stay up to date on your BBC local radio station. That's it for me for now. I'm back again in half an hour.